map 2. Dignita or Mousesports. God, I'm going to do that all night. What is wrong with me? Mousesports
It is confusing. There's a lot to remember.
I know it is. 2 teams, 4 teams, whatever.
This guy.
Canadian logic. Mousesports have the lead 1-0. Titan down again. They were down 1-0 last night. They managed to pick up map 2 against all odds against Dignitas in that case on Mirage, which we thought Dignitas was going to have. So there's a chance they can fight back. But Train, who do we think has this? Statistically speaking.
Statistically speaking, I mean, we've only seen... We've
Okay,
never
theoretically
seen this
speaking.
lineup play
All right,
together.
listen, just answer the question in the way you think best suited.
Oh, burn. Well, to be fair, obviously, Mousesports with Speedy minus Chris J faced Fnatic previously on this map. Not in term. What was the scoreline? They got 5 on CT. I remember that much.
It was it was like a 16-9, something like that. Like it wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't close.
Yeah. So neither team really so far, I don't think, have shown much on this map yet. But I don't know. It's just something about Mousesports just feels stronger to me. I don't know. I have a hard time really explaining to depth, but.
We did see Titan play this yesterday as well. Smiths was very good at the T-side getting opening picks. The problem was they weren't able to capitalize on those picks once it happened. That seems to be a problem there. T-side seem very lackluster right now. It's the actual, just the basic approach to the game seems to be wrong. Like, going towards A, obviously a lot of teams will do it on Cobble, for example, but the fact you don't even try B once, you've got to question yourself, okay, do these guys, are they really prepared and ready to keep up with the Tier 1 teams at the moment? So, if you're asking me who I think is going to win, I think it's going to be Mousesports. They get to start CT this side as well. So, I really do favour it in their favour. Just based on Titan's T-side approaches so far.
Also, I think Chris J coming up, we saw he's pretty warm with that AWP. I think it's going to help Mousesports a lot on both sides, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a hard night for Titan on this map too.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris J, you're absolutely right. I wasn't sure what to expect from him tonight. I don't think I picked him up purely for those reasons. And he seems like he can.
Oh, yeah. I got him by fluke because I went with Speedy.
Oh, no, yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
if you have Speedy, you have Chris J.
After seeing those flick shots he hit on Cobblestone, I have all the faith in him hitting those in this map.
You're a believer.
I'm a believer right now. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good because you see Mousesports are 1-up. If you've just joined us, they just beat Titan on D Cobble. Pretty convincing scoreline as well. I don't think Titan only actually managed to get 1 round on their T-half, and that was due to a Shoxy 5-man. And they can't happen every single round, I'm afraid. So Mousesports definitely looking like the stronger team going into this one. Like I said, Mousesports do start on CT, which definitely is the favourite side on Train. I think the meta still is evolving. It's not like Overpass or Cobble where you can kind of say it's pretty equal. So I'd say this still is a pretty CT-biased map until teams start having some new approaches at least. So you would assume Mousesports getting the advantage going into this. If they get the pistol, for example, they could continue that momentum they had on Cobble. Like I said, Titan's T-side execution's definitely lacking. Very good at getting opening picks. Got the players there to make that happen. Seems like their mid-round decisions heading the downside.
Yeah, I mean, again, lack of execution. If Titan are going to have anything to do on Train,
like that,
you can push that inner sight, but go ahead. Sorry, not to.
Yeah, like that round we highlighted where that whole Molotov thing happened. Shox had like good 15 seconds to actually get that bomb site, try to get in there, get that bomb down when noticing it's empty, but instead wasted that 15 seconds, let Nex and go B and then Nico set up and get all those kills. So it's sort of indecisiveness. They're not committing to, they're not playing instinctively, I would say. Not relying on their feel.
Looks like we are getting ready to go into map number 2, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, Mousesports on the CT side. We will analyse the terrorist buy quickly. So, Existence, as usual, he will be the utility player. He has a smoke and 2 flashbangs. Smiths and Maniac yet to buy here. So, interesting to see what they bring to the table. Armour being purchased for Smiths. Maniac, let's buy anything. There we go. He buys armour as well. A bit of delay on my screen, but it seems like the player's heading towards Ivy. Players could be RPK towards Pop Dog. And Shox towards main with the bomb as well. Isolated by himself. You can see the CTs pushing inside, getting that information. Dennis should be left there alone now.
Yeah, Chris has already gone back because, like you say, information, they haven't spotted anyone. This indicates that they're setting up for a presence. Galbi now knows that there are players lurking out at the Ivy ramp. We'll keep our eyes locked on Nico because he's got 2 angles to cover right now. As Nex decides and tries to decipher from information given which way he wants to help, which way is the bigger threat.
So it seems like Titan faked some presence in alley, are actually coming out of team main with 3 people.
And 2 down Pop Dog right now, so Existence will come in late from Gobby, but it's Nex on the side who's going to be the man who needs to lock it down, and he cannot. Nico and Chris J, meanwhile, have done exactly what they are tasked to do by finding 2 kills, and that slows things down considerably considering it's a pistol round push. A good 10 seconds before shots fired again, and that still favors Nico, who picks up his 2nd kill, but watch for Existence. He's still trying to come in from Ivy, not yet able to pick up the shot on Chris J, who finds 2 kills to close it out.
Yeah, it's quite a clever pistol round, I guess. When you're just trying to get presence towards Ivy, it's not going to pull CTs away from the bomb side too much, really, is it? It's just going to be some attention will be shifted towards that way, but ultimately they're playing quite passive anyway. So you see Chris J just sitting at the back, opening headshots, and finishes off pretty convincingly there. But
that would have worked if they actually got that opening kill when they faced alley. But since they did not, it was void, the whole thing.
Well, without getting a bomb down either. They will be buying Tech9s this round and Arma. You can see all 5 players heading towards inside, but Nico and Dennis playing very passively indeed.
Dennis has that vision toward upper, able to crouch down and get himself in his safety, flashed but still alive, and as he drops, so does Existence to the bottom of the ladder, so he lines him up yet again. His teammate has since perished as Nico on top of the site. This will allow at least a bomb plant for Shoxy, the last alive, and he tries to shoulder bait out Dennis, who manages to have enough discipline at least to keep ammunition for his 2nd attempts.
Yeah, both teams probably reasonably happy, at least a plan for Titan, even though they heavily invested on this round. At the same time, Mouse only losing 1 player. So
it just means getting the bomb down. It means business resumes as usual next round, as in they get the week of this one, but they have a decent gun round coming into it. So that's all they really needed. That's the number 1 objective was made. Had they got some more kills, even won the round, obviously that's the grand prize there. But everything fine so far. Mousesports are on a 2-0 advantage now. Nico not going to buy anything this round. He knows he's going to be presented with pretty much full eco here, so he can risk using that 2nd knife for now, even though, to be honest, some situations it can be better than any SMG. So now 4 players for Titan heading towards Ivy. Got a smoke grenade to play with as well.
Can they manage to catch Chris J off, who's looking with Gobby toward main connector still now? Chris goes back to put his pressure on. We're going to keep our eyes on Nico, though, because he's got the flank. As now we'll see what Chris is up to. Gobby, knowing there hasn't been any attention on that main connector, elects to come over and try and help Chris as well. Meanwhile, though, that does give Maniac the alleyway toward quad. But Gobby doesn't entirely neglect his initial responsibility. And he'll pick him up before he can become a threat. Still, though, these 4 players could be problematic as the smoke fades. Chris J able to take down 2 of them. In fact, the 2nd shot on Existence was a wallbang through Smiths, who managed to survive long enough at least to return the kill on Gobby, but they've got Dennis there coming all the way around to close it.
So we go into the first real gun round now. 3-0 for Mousesports. They are considering buying the AWPs, it looks like. We did see Chris J stepping up last game with it. Actually, no Mousesports whatsoever, so they will be keeping the full rifle setup. Same for Titan. Don't think they could even afford one, judging by Shox has got the Smiths yesterday. Very influential with the AWP as well, finding those opening frags. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an opening set piece here from Titan as they spread up 2-1-2 on the map. Smoke's flying over, so here we go. Could be the AXQ with the bomb plant.
Fire on the site, though, does put Gobby in a fragile situation, but look for Nex, who's still in quad. The smoke was on top of him, but nice reaction shot on Shox as he drops the bomb now down and still has the HP to contend against, well, Dennis, who puts the shot into him. So finally, some damage dealt on Nex. That may have just been enough to allow Existence to find that kill, and the confusion resumes because Dennis has to cover multiple angles, which allows Existence to get back into him with the AK-47. Further it still, that kill might have just been enough as RPK to take Nico leaves just Gobby. And he's very low on HP. As mentioned, he was burning alive on top of that A-train when the round began. 7 HP is all he's got to work with. Bomb's going to go down finally for Titan. First gun round looking like it could be theirs. Still money to buy, though. Lots of it on this Mouse side.
So Nex getting those 2 amazing frags as the execution came in, but then all of a sudden the round fell apart. Titan kept the pressure up. A few shots there. I think Nico put a pretty poor aim, unfortunately for him, coming onto that A-bomb site, unable to connect with the player on the site. And that's going to let them down. That was a very important frag. You can see Existence here getting into all the backtracks there and taking down Gobby for the final frag. But like you said, Mousesports definitely have got enough money to buy back into this round. And 5 rifles want to give a Titan, but it seems like they'll be heading more towards inside presence this time. There's only be 1 player waiting for them as well. So if they can quit faster, this is going to be very effective.
Fire again, initially put on top of that bomb train. He goes blinded. He thought he had a great position. Thought he was so clever. And Smiths decides to let him know he's not. Smith's also going to push forward to the bomb. We talk about this, as it will hold the CTs off of that position, and they have a decision to make. 4 versus 5 on a retake, where they'll be potentially saving in the next round. Do they concede early and try and fight for another day? I think that's exactly what they'll do. Why give away 2 when you've already lost 1?
That was actually really clever by Titan, right? So they made it look like the exact same round was coming in. Smoke's flying over, Molotov's going out to main, committing 2 players to that. But the 3 other guys, as soon as they got the call to go for it, went straight to inside. Like I said, 1 player isolated from the CTs. And the good thing about it, once they got that initial frag, they knew they had about 5 or 6 seconds before the CTs rotated. Molotov dropped on connector. They know that stops any rotation from the CTs. And then as soon as that goes, drop a smoke on it as well. And you just lock the CTs out. And they had no other choice but to save in that situation.
Yeah, and also coincidence just played a factor in that too. Since Nico happened to be up on that ramp and Power Flash just totally got them 100%. He had nothing to go for in that. And then that was a free side as well. So
it's a dream round for Titan, really. That execution couldn't have gone any better for them. Absolutely perfect. So 3-2 now, but like we saw, Mousesports taking the gamble, I guess, and doing the full save. And it's going to be 1 player on EK, to be Nico. But now Titan definitely in the driving seat going into round number 6 now.
That's for the push from ladder coming quickly. Gobby's got smoke on either side of him, but if they push through both as they're doing, he's going to have a lot of problems. The flash is perfect, though, from his teammate, and Gobby's able to pick up 2. A second one comes in, and he's able to survive. Well played from Mousesports, who respond to Titans finally looking organized T side. Meanwhile, though, they don't put the pressure onto Ivy. That allows Shocks to come back in, and things start to come back a little bit toward Titan, but still they're down a man. As Chris J will cover off on the A site, but look where Dennis has come. On the flank, he'll catch Maniac trying to lurk over for a desperate plant unbeat.
that flash deserves an MVP award right now. Who threw it?
It was so sick, wasn't it?
I believe it was
munching.
Chris J on the site.
Gold B is set up there for a complete slam dunk of 2 kills. And does die in the end, but it really did settle the round pretty early on. You can see this coming round. You can see how many players got their hands over their faces.
Number 1 next through it.
There we go. So Mousesports answer back after full save there, 4-2. But it's back and forth for Varus. Titan do have the cash to buy into this one. Once again, 4 players heading towards the inside area.
So that was good coordination from Mousesports. Instead, Titan this time will look at inner. They still got guns up, but this could be the last round they do. Money is actually back and forth because it's been 3, 2, and then 1 back in favor of Mousesports.
I think this is the point in time when Mouse needs to really rotate a second guy towards B, since they have no information of what's going on right now, especially when Gob didn't spot anything in that team main.
Nico, though, he thought he could slide up the wall. Instead, they come from above, and Shocks has the entry. Smith's going even further forward. Next, not ready for this, and that results in yet another kill. Follow that up. Smith's looking good. Gobby, though, assassinating him as he looks to try and get into CT and go even further. Shocks will do it, though. With taking down Gobby, it's left to Chris J, who, despite Shocks not having a gun out, can't close the kill.
Not exactly sure if that's a communication issue or if that's an actual decision to leave Nico so much alone there in that situation. It felt to me like once that smoke went down a lower that Nico threw, he had nothing, no knowledge. There was no sounds on yard either. You really want to have someone very, very close to Nico, that CT connector, who can have a fast rotation to inside to help him out.
Another good thing to point out there from Titan, that when you get the inside bomb side, the best thing you do is push forward, and when you have a smoke like that down, it's very good. But that's another story. You see another fast execution coming out.
Oh, Scout J's hit up 2 already. Maniac down to 13, Existence on 30. Difference in armor, but kills still coming Titan's way. Can they find these 2 low HP players? It would quickly turn the round for Dennis and Nico, who are the only 2 now alive for Mousesports. They have got Shocks, who is high HP, and RPK. So, Maniac, again, 13, Existence, 30. A nade would be enough on both of them if they could land it. Fortunately for Titan's sake, they're spread out. That won't happen. Not only that, there is no nades. Just a flash remaining for Nico, who may try and put himself inside the site. With Existence down, chances come back the way of Mousesports with Nico finding Maniac as Smith, though. This is clever. He's staying on the bomb directly inside the smoke. One player we've already seen in the X-rays gone by. They're going to try and win this out, and he finds Nico. It's got to be his. No, Dennis! He's not on top of it. 10 seconds, and he's going to have this. Is he?
Is he?
Yeah, buddy. Easy. He's got plenty of time. He can drink a cup of coffee and still defuse the bomb there.
Well, there we go. That's a big play, like you said.
I wouldn't go that far not to.
Smith hiding inside the bomb could have been massive had he pulled that one off. Both players very low for Mousesports.
Yeah, those Chris Che tagging those 2 guys early was big. Definitely the most important factor in that clutch actually being able
Look
to
at that.
happen.
First 3 frags, and they come back and get into it. Really impressive stuff there. Nico takes one down himself. Smith left in the 2-on-1, unable to convert, and that's a huge round. That would have broken
This
the
is going to be a
economy.
big round as well, money-wise for both teams.
Again, it still stays close. As AK is able to come back out. Bomb plants have been coming in for Titan, but Nex again is going to find 2. He was massive last evening. He's showing up again on this map. Nico as well. The double N is double negated for Titan as they manage to at least pull it back to a 3 versus 2. Still against them, though, as Shox and Existence have a tall task, and the flank has come through. Dennis has arrived, dropping the bomb. They know Existence is still in that main connector. Likewise, though, he knows Dennis was directly in front of him. And he wins that duel as well as the one against Gobby. So this is a possibility. Not only that, Chris J has put himself in a very long position. Speaking of, he's out toward the long alley. He's gone through Ivy, thought he could flank Existence, hoping his teammates would hold him in place. And Existence is going to go further than that. The bomb is now going to be planted on the B site.
Yeah, you'll see him running straight as his bomb goes down. He'll be getting out of there once he realizes the outside plant's not coming.
That's the thing, though. He needs to realize it. He still doesn't know because he's that far away from the A site. So now, as he passes by the train, he goes, damn, I got to go all the way through. He's got a kit, so this will give him a bit more time to work with. And Existence is still on low HP, 13 to work with.
Yeah,
Chris isn't exactly a healthy young lad either with 74. That might just be a difference against an AK-47. Baits out the bomb initially, looks to upper. That's the normal position to play, but Existence is being slightly different. He's on the lower ramp, and Chris J is going to give up on it. He's bailing out already.
Well, his only option really was there to get the full defuse. And should have probably just taken that, to be honest.
Luckily, he's got Existence down, at least that for consolation.
I think he would have had it as well, judging by the slow approach. Well, obviously, that's perfect hindsight. But another round on the board for Titan. As we said, that's going to be pretty massive in terms of the economy because after winning that one round last time, and you go into this one with $1,400, you can see Chris J has got the AK in hand for the rest of his team. They are going to be forcing into this, actually. So 5-7s, Desert Eagles, and an AK. It'll be a very difficult round for them. What are they going to do? They're going to opt for a stack. Looks like 3 players heading towards the inside area, trying to get an early kill here, perhaps, but they're getting smoked out and falling back to outside.
Gobby wants to get aggressive. Just these pistols to work with. So you said it, not to. Whoever won that round is going to put themselves in a great position. Again, though, it's the same thing all over. If the pistols could beat Titan here with an eco, pick up those rifles, it would be a free kick given because Titan, having lost all 5, are still fragile themselves. So far, so good, though, as they will find 2 kills. Smiths is going to try and push around, use that P90 again. Another to his total, 2 altogether as Chris J gets back in, the only AK-47 in play. Needs to make sure he keeps it because now Dennis is gone. He has to concede this round. Smiths is very close to his position. Luckily, he's looking the wrong way for Chris J's sake, but Maniac's going to find him.
Do you know what's great about Titan right now? Yesterday they were very slow, looked a little bit stifled. They were just trying to work picks and then doing nothing of it. Today, really dynamic, really fast, getting out to bomb sites, utilizing their strongest players.
On this map, at least.
On this map, at least, yes, absolutely. Yeah, yesterday, Cobble, it was pretty dire, but since yesterday, trains day and night compared to yesterday. They're very formidable, great decisions, good execution on the inside bomb site especially. And now they get Mousesports onto another eco here, and Shox opens up the fragging once again. Takes down Chris J.
BK looking in the position where 2 players are about to push, and he loses too much HP and not able to land on Dennis fast enough. So give Nico a trade and a 4-on-3 situation. Shox on 30 because he was tagged up by Chris J's initial shot. Scout also back up in the hands of Nex. Now it's even keel, and the HP low for Titan. Luckily, Smiths is able to pick up those 2. 10 HP for both of those shots. So that's crucial. Bombed it, go down. Nico with an AK. He's going to go for it. He's coming back up toward the site, and I think Maniac, yep, definitely is going to hear him coming. Pre-fires it even. And Titan will take 6 rounds, 1 ahead of their opposition, who will now have weapons again.
Yeah, but it'll be a crippled buy from Mousesports as they're around 4K each, meaning they have to compromise on either weaponry or the amount of nades they have.
Yeah, and the kits as well.
Kits, yeah.
That's a huge factor, just considering the amount of bombs Titan has been getting down. But here we go then. Like I said, Titan have been doing very fast gameplay so far, and they're going to be aware of the low economy of the CTs. You can see them once again. That inside push of theirs has been great. Nico isolated sometimes, but he's going a little bit more aggressive this time.
They've slowed it a little bit, Titan. Split it around to make sure no one pushes up the ladder behind them. They'll creep by that smoke. Dennis is here as well. He may just come into this. Chris, though, has information out at Ivy. You've just pointed out on the minimap, Henry, but he's not gone around the corner, so he won't be able to call it. There's no one there. As he does, they're already on the B site. Nico now sees a flash come through, but Smith has come out upper. Where's Dennis to cover it? That was his job. And unfortunately, they're both gone. So they leave a gap in the play. Miscommunication. Titan take full advantage. They've also pushed through to CT, so discounted rotation to come through, and Maniacs hunting in the A site. Christian Gabi, the last alive. Titan looking poised here to stretch their lead again economically.
Mousesports lacking any kind of synergy on that B-bomb site. They have nothing going on. They're basically, when Nico's alone there, he's taking questionable positioning, something really high risk. And then when we saw them play together there, no synergy whatsoever.
Well, I think an AWP would probably benefit them. Obviously, the economy hasn't been on their side. The last few rounds they've been losing. They've been force buying a lot. I think that's probably the next port of call here. Get the AWP set up, play more passively, at least try and get one kill before you lose a man in that situation and stay alive for rotations to come back in from the CTs. But like, you're absolutely right. As soon as anything comes inside, they just collapse and are unable to actually retake. They have no options. By the time they actually have an option to retake, everything's been smoked off Molotov. So Titan looking very strong now. Another eco out from Mousesports, and looks like they're going to be in for that fast outside once again. They really have woken up, and I really do like this from Titan.
He's going to try and use that bomb train to his advantage, but with Chris J dropping behind, he's going to be forced out of that position, somehow managing to stay alive. As just that smoke and fire in front of Shocks didn't allow him to be spotted up quite so quickly. He still goes down in the end, as we've now seen, but Shocks has bomb, and he's the one going hunting right now. So they just want to close out this round, or intend to, with kills. RPK doesn't fire quite so close in the corner as he needed to do. Eventually does locate Dennis. Nico's all the way out at the long alleyway. Coming back at Ivy with just the poor old USP. Look for exit kills is the best he could do.
Yep, and I'm not really sure what he can do here, but just have a looking at the scoreboard quickly. Let's see who's stepping things up. You can see Dennis, pretty quiet affair across the board for Mousesports. Last few rounds especially, 4 in a row for Titan. They really have been pretty impressive. Comparing this to Cobble, like you said, it's a completely different state of affairs. They really have worked out how to play this map, it seems. Great execution, simple play, going together, hitting the shots, smoking off key positions very well, and using the Molotovs perfectly as well. Sometimes the CT's not even having an option to retake the bomb sites, and that's absolutely amazing.
But needs to be said, I think their entries to inner bomb site have still been way too easy. It's just made their job too easy tonight.
Well, here we go. The AWP has been bought. Interesting enough, there's going to be Nico, and we talked about him playing inside bomb site weak, so suggestion, I said, could probably work out for them. Get the AWP towards the upper ramp, maybe, even if it's going quite aggressive, just to work out what the numbers lie, and working with, you can invest another player to outside. That would be beneficial to them, but seems like Nico will be going towards the upper area, but 3 players being invested to inside straight away. That might actually work out for them as the T's send 3 of their own. It is.
Nico has that spawn. You've called it. He pops up. This might change how diabolical things have been on the B site. Gives them a man advantage they've not had in that position, but it does mean that the rotations are coming around for Titan. And it is Nex and Gabi who have rotated very early, so still not the right call here, as Mousesports have given up outside entirely. Shocks, he'll come down Ivy, realize it's open. Maniac's already gotten into hell. Smith's already planning. I think they are probably as confused as we are about this, as 5 members alive, and A is given up entirely.
I'm trying to understand this, but it's just not happening.
I don't know. I can't tell you what is happening with that.
At least Nico's going to fight his way back in with a second kill. Maybe they wanted to challenge Mousesports. It's the only thing that crosses my mind as well. And the challenge so far, they are rising to the occasion as Chris J takes down RPK, but those crossfire positions in the post plant.
They pull it off.
Yeah, they do.
Speaking of communication.
Good Lord.
I'm just saying.
That round, right, okay, so you get the first picking up. I understand that you spot other people, but they rotated every single CT that have outside to inside area there then, and then the exact same thing happened. They got smoked out from connector, and all of a sudden they're isolated once again. They did well to retake it that time, to be fair to them, but definitely a round I favoured towards Titan mid-round.
I think they were just excited. We finally got a kill inner, guys. We've definitely got this.
Yeah, they got a little bit too excited. We go into the last round now. Full buys for both teams. AWP for the first time, I think, from Titan. Shocks will be picking that one up. Interesting to see where he goes.
But the scout out as well for Chris J, as Nico has an AWP. They'll go with 2 sniper rifles. Chris, one of the better scouters, I would say, in the world.
Absolutely.
What can he do with the weapon? We saw the last time he had it, did massive damage, which allowed his team to secure a round. And they're getting everything out as they can in round 15. Next already going to take Smiths. There will be no save. We'll see this play all the way out to the end. And Gabi through the smoke again. No flash that time. He just mans up. But Titan come back with 2. It's Dennis to respond. What can they do? Titan Maniac finding the kill on Dennis. It's left to just Nico. AWP in hand. Bomb not yet planted. In fact, bomb is all the way out toward T-spawn. That'll give them a chance to read Nico's play. But he's in the Z connector, which does mean he can very quickly rotate either site. And if he keeps himself there, not much will change, and they're be up to Titan to flush him out, force the fight, force the issue. Onto the A site they'll go to try and do exactly that. Maniac's the bomb carrier, so Existence wants to be the man in first to get the information. The Molotov does, in fact, slow down Nico's attempt to retake the site. He has to allow Titan to get closer than potentially he would like. And we see him holding that angle, hoping Existence would try and cross over as well. Existence is wise to that position. Checks ladder instead. Maniac comes through quad. Neither of them are ever going to be spotted. The Maniac doesn't plant. He tries to fake this and bait him out, and it works. Nico goes, and it's 9-6 for Titan on the T side.
Yeah, nice crisp shot there from Existence to finish things out, but another round in favoring Titan. And like I said, I think Mousesports definitely having some difficulty with this new lineup and working out the roles within the team. Nico definitely looked a little bit lost in the inside bomb side.
Definitely. I think the storyline there was basically that the inner bomb side was leaking.
Yeah.
It was too easy entry.
Hemorrhaging, I would say, to be fair.
So some plumbing needed. Yeah, but when you get that site without losing a single player, it is just too much. Because as you can see, Titan managing to get that aggressive positioning on that bomb site makes it a very hard retake.
Here we go then. We go into the second half. Let's have a quick look at the buys. Mousesports, 4 sets of armor for them. 1 utility player as well. It looks like most of the players actually heading towards the main area. And all towards Ivy. The CTs are going to be pushing that as well, getting that info, trying to see whether they can spot any Ts.
Existence. This is going to be the first man to rotate over and compensate for this push that Mousesports are trying to push onto the A site. Existence gets there, though, assassinated by Nex, and Titan's forced out away from the site. The smokes on quad leave them all the way back toward the alley, so they essentially play for the retake, which is going successfully. RPK and Smiths, they'll take down 2 of the 3 remaining. It's up to Chris J in a 1-on-4, and the bomb not planted. It's not looking likely.
Simple procedure, pretty clinical from Titan there. Simple smoke went down onto the A site. Mousesports went on to go plant, but long-range USPs just absolutely wrecking them as they didn't even get the bomb down there. Pretty great individual gameplay, I think. So, as we saw last time, if you're done with the pistol, the normal thing to do is to get the Tech 9's armors out. 2 flashbangs. And it seems like most players will be heading towards the inside side, so you'd imagine a quick pop flash down. It seems like they may be going towards Pop Dog, actually.
RPK just going to lob an 8 into the main connector, but watch where Shox is because he's already got presence and pressure applied. That's Nico that gets by him and actually gets Smiths way back toward A3, but RPK with the MP9. Massive firing rate, and from that close range, it's deadly. Surprisingly, though, Mousesports have collected a good fair amount of kills here. Dennis the last alive in a 1-on-2, as it seemed like Titan got everything in the middle, but they bookended it, Mousesports, with kills of their own. It's not enough, though. Titan now almost doubling up. 11-6. They'll have 1 more round of weapons against pistols.
So we saw the same situation for Titan last half, but the point we made is they got the bomb down on that second round, and that's not going to happen this time for Mouse. You see the simple kills here for RBK. MP9 work. Very good stuff there. As we go to round of 18, now you can see it's going to be a pretty much full eco for Mousesports. Definitely just to try and get the bomb down here, but with no utility. It looks like a straight inside rush coming in.
Maniac's there, nade out. He's up close, and Chris ducks underneath of it like the Matrix. Dodges Maniac's bullets and gets the headshot in return. Plus the P90, not the best necessarily pickup. It would have been nice to have a rifle to hold the range of the B retake, but instead they're going to rotate back onto the A site. Smiths, though, could be a problem in all of this, as we will see him slowly working his way onto the flank, and Nex, who's gone searching to make sure that doesn't happen, is going to go shower side. But unfortunately, the showers don't cleanse them of Smiths' presence because he's gone the opposite way. That's nifty. Manages to jump over 1 and hit 2. That's rather pretty, although it doesn't necessarily secure much because Dennis gets him back in the end, and it stays still the advantage for Mousesports. So Existence has to stay strong on the site. He cannot. Nico... Rather, actually, he does. Nico does go down. I thought Nico was going to win that exchange, in fact, but finally Existence will. Shox gets back to Dennis, and we're into a 1-on-1. Next, meanwhile, has picked up the FAMAS, but very low on HP. 10 to work with, has bomb, and Shox on 63 has no nade, so this will come down to a gunfight, and it's actually going to be Nex who tears his head straight off.
Okay.
Wow.
That's just next things, basically, isn't it?
That's a round of, how do you analyze that? Please.
Well,
tell me,
okay,
Henry.
so Smiths obviously saved for the AWP next round. He went full USP that time, and this was the key play here. This jumps down over the top. Why not? Takes down 2 kills.
I love how we watched him as he jumped by. All right, he's gone.
Yeah, like Natalie said, it's just a round of crazy things going on. And that last shot from Nex as well, just great individual play from him. Shouldn't have won the round technically with the HP he had, but he pulls it off and brings the team back. But both teams buying up into this round after a lot of safe buys from both teams, really, considering the buy Smiths had last round. So there you go. Obviously, this could break either team, so let's see how it goes down. Smith's pushing up to the side alley. They're getting a lot of information there, but Chris J knows he's there, smokes himself off. Hopefully we're trying to get back.
RPK flashes in that smoke as well to help Smiths get back to the alley, but Chris is still pursuing it. Smiths will get it. Watch for Maniac, though, as we see it here. Keep the action on the B site. As Maniac has pressure on either side. Bombs also coming in that direction. So having a man on the floor, Dennis already down through the doorway, could be pivotal here for Mousesports. Shox, meanwhile, gets next, but watch the flash coming through. As again, Dennis wants to get more and more forward into the site because Gobby's gone in and Existence managed to get inside the corner as well as Maniac in a similar angle to take Dennis as he falls back, and Titan will collect their 12th.
Yeah, another very weird round, to be honest with you. Just action happening all across the map, and basically what Mousesports tried to do there once they had Dennis go down that lower ramp, they had a guy outside as well. If he managed to get a pick, that may have initiated a rotation from Titan, since they didn't really have a lot of knowledge of where Mousesports players were positioned. That didn't happen, and eventually it just all crumbled.
Well, we saw Mousesports win the last round at this time. After losing that one, there will be Felico, and once again rushing inside. Maniac could work it out for him.
Chris J does take down Maniac, though, but the nade did take next, and a second nade. So Titan utilizing utility. I suppose that's the definition, is it not? As Existence will follow that up. Shox as well. It looks like it could be effective and efficient, and 13 rounds for Titan to Mousesports' 7.
Still going to leave Mousesports in a difficult situation here. A round they need to win. Chris J could AWP, but on the T side, no armor. It's going to be a difficult decision. You see him just contemplating that now. Is this worth the purchase? I think it probably is, considering Titan don't have an AD going for a Krieg. Why not just throw the rulebook out and just pick one of those puppies up? A weapon we haven't seen in a while, but can definitely be viable in certain situations. We have seen him buy before. He's very good. He's going to go to Ivy by himself. RPK and Smith's hunting him down, though, once again.
Maniac's going to use his own smoke to get inside of the hallways. So this forward position not only allows him to stack up with an extra player onto A, it also means that he's going to go for this flank.
Yep,
and
it's
they
pretty
will
viable.
not be ready for it. There's the first kill. Mouse have found enough to at least make this 2-on-2 because Ivy was lost by Titan. So Maniac's play had to ultimately happen, otherwise the round is over at this point already for Mousesports. And Maniac's still being sneaky. Again, he gets behind them 2 times. He's had players' backs exposed to him, 3 kills total. Can't close it out because he hasn't reloaded, but they've got the information on where Chris J is. But Chris J had significantly more HP than Existence, so his exchange between the two goes his direction. Favorable as he uses the Krieg, but that's not going to be enough to take down Maniac, who gets 3 overall in the round.
Yeah, that was a weird round. I mean, 3 first picks go to Mousesports, right?
Yep.
And then it all just crumbled.
The thing about the Krieg as well, it definitely is viable. Obviously a little bit more expensive than the AK, but the first bullet accuracy you have that gun, and obviously has the 1 bullet potential as well. It's still very good. Chris J's very strong.
And 100% armor penetration on that weapon.
So it's definitely a gun you can buy, but it's not that much better than the AK to actually make it part of the meta, really. It's one of the anomalies, I guess. And now Mousesports, once again, I think they know what's going on because they are fully going inside once again. 4 spy from them. And Maniac once again waiting for them. He's going to have a teammate this time.
Maniac does successfully find Chris J, but that is so penetrable that electrical spool that Gobby just fires back actually caught Maniac on the edge, not through it. Either way, Existence follows up and Shox is rotated over. Bomb's still going to go down, or is it? Second Molotov comes in. Gobby's losing a lot of HP, but again, the bomb is planted. So, money at least for Mousesports. We're going to match point, though, or rather map point for Titan.
Yeah, this is just the case of when do Titan end this, I'm afraid. The way they're playing right now, and Mousesports look a little bit lost on the T side. They may get a few more rounds on the board, but I would bet my house right now Titan are taking this one. But please do not hold me to that. That could get awkward.
I could use a place to live in London.
Actually, I don't have a house right now. So that's
So what are you
the
betting
cat.
exactly? Your
That is the
parents'
catch.
house, or?
I am technically homeless. So we go into round number 23, which could potentially be the last. Smith's just got the AWP this time.
Did initially put his attention toward that main connector. Again, 4 players from Titan. Early presence on that A site. Existence Sense rotates over to support Maniac. See, a lot of teams do that in reverse. 2 players on B to make sure the push doesn't come through quickly, and then rotate back once they have the information. This time it's done the other way around for Titan. You'll expect Mousesports to hit outer. Existence is still in a quick rotation position, but watch for shocks. Smoke to his left will cover off ladder, at least initially. He'll have to walk into his vision to get beyond it, and that means he's got a decent lineup, and RPK is going to surprise with a crossfire anyone who dare walk out the main connector. This is a decent setup, a very forward setup for Titan, which means just getting into the site is going to be a chore on its own, but now RPK has shocks inside the ladder room, so he doesn't have the cover to his right. Needs to be careful to get away from that. Nade goes in. Oh, he's so low on HP, but so is Nex, and Nex is down. He'll dodge that nade, goes forward of it, and luckily, Dennis wasn't there to try and come back through and get the shot. In fact, Dennis is going to go down to Smith's, because that could have altered things. Nico and Chris J, 2 versus 4 to attempt to clutch this out. Chris J's still in behind them. Manages to pick up 1, but this would be a massive clutch as he does only have 23 HP. Bombs down and in control of Titan. And I dare say map 3, it's inevitable, and is. RPK gets the kill.
So Titan definitely waking up. T-side very convincing, winning the half 8-7. And a very strong CT half as well. So Mousesports potentially not as drilled on that map as they were Cobble. They looked a lot stronger there.
Yeah.
Much.
God,
I think there's 2 stories to be taken from that map for me at least. First of all, Mousesports' inner bomb side hold was horrible. Their CT side needs obviously work, and there were some communication issues that you could tell from how they were rotating and over-rotating in situations where they really didn't need to. Second, Titan, their T side, like Henry just pointed out, a lot of fast plays, very effective, and gutsy, I would say. I think quite the opposite from what we saw on Cobblestone, really. They were really decisive, and they just went for it when they saw an opportunity.
Yeah, they looked very apprehensive on Cobble, trying to work very slow picks, going into areas, trying to work picks, not really executing the bomb sites properly. This time, they had simple set strategies, but very fast ones, utilizing the strong individual aims they have. RPK, Shoxy, for example, Smiths as well. Everyone can get into there, have a little bit more freedom to work their magic and actually hit the headshots and lock down the CT side. So that was much more, was much better to watch at least. It wasn't a disappointing tactical flop like we saw on Cobble.
Not at all. Far from. In fact, you could reverse it around, as the only round picked up by Mousesports was that eco on round number 3 in the second half. Let's look at the scoreboard to give a better picture. It does go 3 maps, which might hurt me in Vulcan, I'm not going to lie. But nonetheless, 20 kills. Smiths leads the way. Fortunately, I've got him.
You've got him.
Got him.
Is that the takeaway we're having
Very,
from that?
very even
yeah,
across Titan, right? So no one really stepping up or really letting them down. On the other half, we can see we talked about Nico having a quiet game inside, and we also talk about him being one of the best fraggers in Europe right now, and obviously not living up to that.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed. I really thought against a team like Titan, that would be the kind of team that he'd have the possibility to really shine.
Hasn't played in a while, that's for sure. That could be
but
something that plays into it.
He's still got, I guess, now it's a different scenario now. He's playing an actual team. He's got to get used to certain things, and maybe communication things also can affect your individual performance as well. So adjusting period for him.
Well, we've got PGL's heat map coming up. Let's take a peek if that paints, again, a better picture, much like the scoreboard does. It shows that it was all Titan, essentially, in frags. And the heat map suggests very similar.
So Titan, obviously, a lot of outside pushes there, lots of fast ones. You can see lots of heat towards the outside area. But the interesting thing about inside is, right, they didn't get that many kills on inside purely because they'd get one frag and then the CTs wouldn't even attempt to retake there because it was too far gone at that stage. They got the bomb down, smoke off into connector and a Molotov as well, like I said, and they didn't even give the CTs an opportunity to even attempt coming back into it. So that's why you don't see much in terms of inside pressure from them. But Mousesports, look at their T-side, only getting one round and not many kills made at all, to be honest with you. Very, very quiet for them, but we have got one more map to go. It's not over yet.
Well, we've got the MVP coming on the screen right now. It is, again, Smiths that led the way for Titan. 20 kills, most of which with the AWP. 12 headshots, still not too bad. First kills, though, 5.
Yeah, strong play from him. He had a great day yesterday as well and continues that form.
Yeah, and yesterday on train as well. That was his best map yesterday.
So, like I said, that's when they were playing the very slow and kind of staggered play. This time very much faster. He's still stepping up.
I lied, by the way. The graphic is smarter than I am because that says AK-47 was his deadliest weapon. So
there you go.
There you go. We'll go straight to a break. DE Overpass will be next. That will be the deciding map between these two teams. We'll see you there. These 4 players could be problematic as the smoke fades. Chris J with a lot of problems. The flash is perfect, though, from his teammate, and Gobby's able to pick up 2. Not ready for this, and that results in yet another kill. Follow that up. Smith's looking good. Free kick given because Titan, having lost all 5, are still fragile themselves. So far, so good, though, as they will find 2 kills. Smiths is going to try and push around, use that P90 again. They were just excited. We finally got a kill in her, guys. Got to start away from the site. The smokes on quad leave them all the way back toward the alley, so they essentially play for the retake, which is going successfully. RPK and Smiths going the opposite way. That's nifty. Manages to jump over 1 and hit 2. That's rather pretty. One was Maniac in a similar angle to take Dennis as he falls back, and Titan will collect that.
You have that gun. There's the 1 bullet pencil as well. It's still very good. It's very strong.
And 100% armor penetration on that weapon.
So it's definitely a gun